So there is currently a hurricane that's hitting the state of North Carolina, and it's dealing some really bad damage. As always, with a natural disaster or a national emergency, there's quite a bit of misinformation floating around, some more extreme than others. And of course, with this misinformation, people usually try to attack their political opponents or prop up a certain narrative, maybe some conspiracies. And I think one example of this is this recent Matt Walsh post, where he got fact-checked in the community notes. So this is Matt Walsh on September 29th on X. Unfortunately, the North Carolina flood victims are citizens of the USA, not Ukraine, so the Biden administration sees no reason to help them. So you see what he's doing there. He's kind of doing that classic fake populist appeal of saying your government cares more about foreign countries than they care about you. Biden loves Ukraine, but he doesn't love America. He hates America. He's not going to spend resources to help Americans. Well, Mr. Walsh, I've got bad news for you and your agenda. That's false. So this was from the community notes, which says, this is false. President Biden 2 days ago already approved the North Carolina disaster declaration, which allows for extra help all over the state. Mr. Walsh has not addressed this at all. He has not taken the tweet down. He has not gone out and said, oh, I got something wrong. I apologize for this. No. As is pretty typical for right-leaning commentators, he did not address getting this wrong. And yeah, I think, well, first of all, yeah, you have to be really careful for narratives like this that, oh, our government isn't doing anything to help. And we've seen this used to attack Republicans as well. I'm not saying that the right is the only side that does this. Democrats sometimes try to push misinformation during natural disasters or national emergencies as well. But this type of thing, you can expect to see a lot of it leading up to the presidential election. You're going to see a lot of people saying, Biden didn't do this, Biden didn't do that. And it's pretty similar. Do you remember the Maui wildfires in August 2023? It's kind of like that. You had a lot of these commentators out there saying that, well, oh, Biden didn't do anything. The Biden administration cares more about Ukraine than it cares about American citizens. And all sorts of just hasty conclusions, basically dragging the administration, whining about the Ukraine war. That really has proven to be like a really big talking point for the right, is whining about Ukraine, whining about the fact that our government doesn't want Vladimir Putin to run roughshod over Ukraine. And that's not to say that you can't criticize the Ukraine war and the money that we may spend there. But yeah, it's just really telling that it always has to come back to that. And what's really telling as well is the fact that these people, if you talk about government assistance to U.S. citizens, they will scoff at you. They will point their fingers at you and call you a communist. They will say that you support big government, big brother, totalitarianism, and they will say that Americans just need to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. That's all they need to do. The government shouldn't be there to give them free handouts. That's not the way that the American dream works, right? So really, they're not the ones who favor helping American citizens either. Even if I grant it as true that the Biden administration cares more about Ukraine than it cares about Americans, Matt Walsh and his types, his acolytes, they don't care about American citizens. And one thing's for sure, that attempting to push this narrative and trying to treat it like, oh, Trump cares about Americans, is totally bogus. Trump does not care about regular Americans one iota. He only cares about himself. And you don't need to be a hardcore leftist to say that. People on the right recognize this too. So yeah, that's just the truth of it. They don't care about you. But you know who does? Me. And that's why I'm here, to give you an understanding of politics, an understanding of this election, what's misinformation, what's disinformation, what's correct information, so that you can make an informed decision at the ballot box. And that's why I make these videos. So as always, if you like this video or you found it interesting or insightful, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe to this channel. I really do appreciate it. Let's grow the channel so that I can keep making more videos, getting the word out there, debunking misinformation, making new videos on the law. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to speaking to you in the next video.